On behalf of the graduating class of 2013, I would like to welcome one and all to the 58th commencement exercise of Preble High School. A special welcome is extended to Board of Education members Dr. Christopher Wager and Mike Blecka, Green Bay Area Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Michelle Langenfeld, Preble Principal Natasha Rowell, and Associate Principals Renee Every, Jim Venable, Dan Retzky, and Tommy Jennings. And finally, I would like to recognize our teachers, parents, families, and friends who are present with us this evening to offer us support and join us in the celebration. Upon entering Preble High School as a freshman, there's only one word to describe my emotions: scared. I mean, going from a class of 50 to a class of 500 was quite the change. However, I was immediately welcomed with open arms. This is a defining factor of Preble High School: family. When anyone is down, there's a swarm of people waiting to cheer that individual up. I know this from when I got injured in one of our football games this year. It was probably one of the hardest times of my life. What made it much easier is all the family I had at Preble High School and the support they provided. Although we may face many challenges, such as losing loved ones and being discriminated against, we maintain our pride and conquer our goals. My father always used to tell me, "Why doesn't the river flow straight?" He would then proceed to say, "Because it takes the path of least resistance." As a child, I had no idea what he was talking about. It was not until my experience of Preble Pride that I truly understood this metaphor and the message my dad was trying to send me. The river flows around obstacles, never taking on the challenge. At Preble, I learned to avoid the natural habits of the river and face all the difficult situations that present themselves. The class of 2013 has not taken the path of least resistance. We have attacked the obstacles in the way of achieving our goals, and it is this level of pride and determination which will guide us forward throughout our future. Our graduation is not the end, but the beginning of our journey. We have been provided the tools necessary for success. All that is left to do now is use those tools. Use that pride and attack every challenge that presents itself, and know that there's a member of our family, a Preble Hornet, by your side. We now enter into a class much larger than 500. However, I do not feel scared. I'm ready for the challenge. Megan Molling, Hailey Allen, and Gina Sutto will now speak on behalf of the graduating class of 2013.
Welcome parents, family, friends, and especially the graduating class of 2013.
It is an honor to be giving this speech tonight.
Now, let's be honest. Hailey and I aren't exactly the sappy, inspirational type.
So instead of giving you a traditional graduation speech, we'll just take a trip down memory lane.
All right, let's go back to freshman year, the good old first days at Preble High School. In 2009, one of the most memorable songs released was Taylor Swift's 15. For those of you who aren't familiar with this sensational tune, it's about being 15 and going to high school for the first time.
Back in the day, I used to be a pretty big T Swift fan. Embarrassing, right? Well, let's just say I took a deep breath as I walked through the doors on the morning of our very first day. Except I didn't say hi to the friends I hadn't seen in a while. Well, because I didn't have any.
But it wasn't all as bad as that first day, right?
Right. I mean, freshman year was full of awkward stages, but as the year went on, we all started to discover our individual talents and skills.
Yeah, some excelled athletically or academically, while others brought their Preble pride to cheer them on.
Although freshman year flew by and is now a distant blur, we can say that we successfully started to find ourselves and discover our true talents.
So, sophomore year. I think it's pretty safe to say that nothing majorly exciting happened that year.
One highlight of the year was biology. Do you remember how excited we all were to finally be going on a field trip in high school?
Yeah, but then we found out it was to Baird's Creek.
That excitement was pretty short-lived.
But we did have another field trip that year that was a little more interesting.
Oh, that's right, Career Day. That was pretty cool, I guess.
It definitely got us thinking about what we might want to do someday. I mean, it's only the rest of our lives.
For some of us, Career Day helped affirm the dreams that we already had developed. For others, it only caused more confusion by opening countless doors and endless possibilities.
Needless to say, sophomore year was kind of boring. However, it was a necessary step in our high school career that helped establish dreams for the future.
Junior year was a time filled with huge changes. We were no longer underclassmen, and we needed to start thinking seriously about our futures.
But not without some fun along the way. There were football games, prom, the ACT, and reading The Crucible and the Scarlet Letter.
However, for many of us, this turned out to be a harder year than expected. As a Preble community, we lost two amazing girls. Paige and Gabby showed us how precious life is and inspired us to start making our dreams a reality.
With this determination in mind, we started thinking about our futures. For many of us, the destinations were still unclear, but it was important that we start putting our plans in motion.
Finally, we got to senior year. This was it. Our last year to call ourselves Preble Hornets and rep the Preble pride we had perfected over the years.
Football games and school events seemed so much more fun. Was it because they had more excitement, or because we were finally the seniors? We realized that this would be the last year we had with our friends, and we had to make the most of it.
When we came into Preble as freshmen, college was the least of our worries. As Taylor Swift sang, we had nothing to figure out. It was life before we knew who we were going to be.
I think we can speak for everyone when we say that these past 4 years have flown by. Just think about it. Look around you. These are the people you've spent the last 4 years with, and after tonight, we will all be going our separate ways.
Starting tomorrow, we will no longer be students at Preble High School. We will be going to college, going to work, and starting a new chapter in our lives.
Although each of us has different talents, different dreams, and different destinations,
we all have the same power to make a new tomorrow. Congratulations, class of 2013.
Just give me a minute. I'm picturing you all in your underwear. Granny panties, Batman boxers, pink polka dots, and yellow rubber duckies. Okay, now I'm ready. I want to thank you all. Not only is it a great honor to stand here in front of the people who have shaped all of us into the intelligent adults that we have become, our families, our teachers, and our fellow classmates, but also the anxiety and nausea that I had endured in the last couple of weeks before giving this speech has made me lose 5 pounds. And for that, I'd like to really thank you. I'm not standing here today to give you words of wisdom, simply because I don't have any. I, just like you, have experienced the same amount of stress due to schoolwork, scream my lungs out at Preble football games, and enjoy dancing at homecoming and prom. I, like many of you, have experienced my first love and many heartbreaks, all of which I thought I would never survive. Perhaps one of the most important lessons I learned in high school is that if your relationship lasts longer than Kim Kardashian's marriage, you are a winner. I'm not standing here today to tell you that if you believe, you will achieve your dream. In fact, it is the diligence, the hard work, and the effort that you put in that may or may not make your dreams come true. I'm not standing here today to tell you that the course of life is smooth or that it has already been planned out for you. In fact, every day you and I make decisions that help to determine the direction of our lives. Some of our choices are based on what we know for sure, and others are simply judgment calls, and sometimes we make bad judgments. When writing this speech, I tried to come up with the best way to relate to all of my fellow classmates. I know how much you all love Justin Bieber, so I thought I'd sing you his song. Unfortunately, Justin Bieber's voice is much too high for me, so I had to resort to something else. A fear that resides in all of us, the fear of failure. I know I had the fear of failure. We all have great expectations. None of us wants to disappoint our parents, our teachers, or even ourselves. I'm not standing here to tell you that you are not going to fail. I'm actually standing here to tell you that you are, but that is okay. In high school, I learned that in life, certain failures are inevitable. It is simply impossible to live your life without experiencing setbacks. I am standing here today to tell you that if you happen to stumble and fall, don't fall back, but rather fall forward, and then keep going because you are already 2 steps ahead. My dad has always told me, you are born here and you die here, and the only thing that matters is what happens in between. As much as I dread admitting it, he is right. The middle is where we discover ourselves. The middle represents our journey, our hardships, and our legacy. What we do in our lifetime will define the person that we are. My fellow classmates, the middle is where we are right now. It is where we will be in 10, 20, even 50 years from now. Only we have the ability to change the middle. Thus, be the best person you can possibly be, and your legacy will reflect who you are. Today, I proudly stand here before you as a fellow student of Preble High and soon-to-be graduate of the class of 2013. Today is a day few of us will ever forget. Today marks a new chapter in our lives, and today we have succeeded. Thank you.